The true creator of Batman, Bill Finger, died at the age of 59 with little to no money in his bank account, alone in his New York apartment. Yeah, just let that sink in. Hey guys, Legoinator here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Legoinator Comics and More, where I chat comics, movies, and everything pop culture every single Sunday, kind of. So why don't you consider subscribing? Batman was created by the great Bob Kane and Bill Finger in the year of 1939. But if you were to pick up a Batman comic before July 2014, yes, just more than 3 years ago, you would only see one of those names, Bob Kane. You see, Bill Finger is one of the worst treated comic writers in comics history. Not many people have got screwed over more than he did. And it's his story I'm sharing with you today, the story of the true creator of Batman, Bill Finger. So right now, you're probably wondering, who even is this Bill Finger guy? And unless you're some kind of comic aficionado, and then good on you, here's a rundown. Bill Finger was born in 1914 in Denver, Colorado, as Milton Finger. Yes, Bill was surprisingly not his real first name. He attended DeWitt Clinton High School, and his dad was an immigrant from Austria, while his mum was born in good old New York City. He had two sisters, Emily and Gilda. Bill Finger started his career as a shoe salesman, of all things, but from there transitioned into writing at DC Comics. Technically though, he was working for Detective Comics, one of the 3 comic publishers who went on to form DC Comics. It's complicated, don't worry about it. Around about 1938, when the first ever Superman comic hit store shelves, an aspiring artist called Bob Kane came up with a new character to cash in on the industry, called the Batman. Not completely satisfied, he pitched the idea to fellow co-worker Bill Finger, who offered up a few suggestions to make the character resemble a bat a bit more and make him more menacing. Firstly, replace the little mask with a bigger cowl. Secondly, get rid of the little underarm wings and replace them with a big flowing cape. All of this helped give Batman his signature look. He also came up with Batman's secret identity's name, Bruce Wayne, an amalgamation of Scottish leader Robert the Bruce and also military officer and politician Mad Anthony Wayne. After these tweaks, Bill went on to pen the first and second issues of Batman while Bob Kane was on art. He also came up with large parts of the Batman mythos, such as Robin, many of Batman's notorious rogues gallery, such as Joker, Catwoman, and the Penguin, and also objects within Batman's life, like the Batmobile and the Batcave. Now this is where things get a little bit murky, because even though Bill Finger was just the larger part of the creation of Batman as Bob Kane, he didn't get any of the credit. None. You see, Bob Kane didn't actually draw much Batman at all. Most of the time, he was just getting unnamed ghost artists to do all the work. But the comic still read created by Bob Kane, and this is because of a contract with DC Comics. Around about the 1940s, the creators of Superman, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, were planning on doing a joint lawsuit against DC Comics for the rights to the character of Superman back. You see, they sold these rights for $130 back in 1938, which, to be fair, adjusted for inflation to 2018 is $2,296, but still, come on. And in their effort, they hoped to recruit Kane. But he allegedly, get this, ratted them out to DC Comics, giving them enough time to prepare a legal defense. And this scored Kane some major brownie points with DC, allowing himself to negotiate a better contract under the provision he would be credited as the sole creator of Batman forever. Like, come on, man. Come on. Also, around about 1965, Bill Finger finally decided to start telling people he was actually partly responsible for the creation of Batman. And Kane, he didn't like this. In response, Kane wrote a 6-page letter to the fan magazine Batmania, where he essentially called Bill a liar and said if he was partly responsible for the creation of Batman, why isn't he credited as such? Now that is just ice cold. Now Bill died shortly after, alone in his New York apartment with no funeral or gravestone to mark his passing. He had been fired from DC Comics a couple of years before for asking for health benefits, but he had come back on as a writer working on mystery stories a little bit before his death. But things are looking up for Bill. At WonderCon NHM, May of 2014, an audience member asked why Kane still got sole credit for the creation of Batman. And a DC representative at the time said that the company was good with Finger and his family. Not much later, Bill's granddaughter Athena said she would do everything within her power to give Bill the credit he deserves. 2 months after that, the first ever Batman comic with Bill Finger's name on it appeared on store shelves. A win for the Finger family. And people like Mark Tyler Nobleman still fight for Bill Finger's credit and recognition, publishing books such as Bill, the Boy Wonder, and also appearing in a recent Hulu documentary, Batman and Bill. And it was his work that was a main inspiration for this video. Bill Finger's name has also recently appeared in the credits of Batman vs Superman. So it seems 40 years later, after his death, Bill Finger is finally getting the credit he deserves. Question of the week, what do you think of all this? Are there any meta stories of comics you want me to cover next? Leave your answers in the comments down below. And if you liked this video, drop it a big old like, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. I do videos just like this every single Sunday, and subscribing is just the easiest way to get your hands on them. Also, don't forget I have a podcast called The Super Gurus that is on SoundCloud and iTunes and happens every second Thursday. It's just a good old time between my co-host Finn and I, and we chat comics, movies, and everything pop culture similar to this channel here. Okay then guys, see you next time. Legoinator out. Bye.